not only that, she has the background. All this different texture in the background. It just makes it pop even more. Like I love that. That's amazing.
So beautiful.
And even in the center of the sunflower, you can see the texture,
Mhm.
like like you can feel those little it
Yes.
feels like kind of velvety, and that's how it looks like. I mean, that's amazing.
Beautiful.
She even put glitter, it's like glittery purple spots for the butterfly, around the butterfly, if you can see it. I love that. That's amazing. Thank you, Gail.
You're welcome.
You
And I
always do
felt
amazing work. Pamela, let's see what you have.
it's kind of a disaster. Um,
No,
yeah, well, the leaves, I can't
I
really,
like that.
sorry, it keeps jumping away.
I love the flower and the.
It's because you have the background. If you
I
take out the
know, I'm
background,
trying to match it up with the way I would be at the camera. It's hard
Right.
to
but if
do.
you
Yeah,
take
right
out the
there, right there.
background, you
Don't
can
move.
see it better.
Okay, I'm afraid I'll lose us completely. Sorry, guys. I should take it away, yeah.
Come out really good though. I love the flower and the hummingbird. You did a great job.
I try, thank you.
You can work around that. I mean, if you like for the background, that's not a problem. You can always like eat with the leaves or the background, but you have the main subject. It looks really good. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Who else wants to share? Anyone else? So remember, by what is it? The last class, which is the 6th. After the last class, I'm gonna need a piece that you felt that was the best piece to you, and just basically speaks for you. Like um the piece that you felt like, oh, I've learned the most and I felt like I've grown. I want you to be able to share that with us when for the culminating. So after the last class, which is what is next week. Next week we have the 6th class, and then the week after we have the culminating. So yeah, by the end of next class, I would like somebody like you to choose which one's the best that you feel is the best. Or if you feel the last class, if you feel like that piece or either the homework, you can send it to me maybe like 2 days before the culminating. So um Tuesday, Tuesday of the, I think, in 2 weeks. So yeah.
Can it be
So I could-
something that we did other than the class assignment?
If you did it and you've learned from these past class, that's fine. That you felt like you incorporated some of these different techniques that you've learned or something new, that's fine as well.
What date is the last class? Is that the 23rd?
So today is
Today's the 9th.
Yeah, today is the 5th class. The next class is the 6th one, which is going to be next week, the 16th, and then the 23rd is the last one.
Okay.
all right. So today's image, did everybody receive the image?
I'm sorry, 1 second. How do we send it to you?
You can either email it to Christina.
Yep.
And she can email it to me, or I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Do you want to put your address in the chat
put
or?
it here. This is my email. That's my email. So if you can send it to me. But that's after the next class, because we're gonna be doing something new in the next class, and maybe you enjoy that and you want to use that method of painting in the work, and then we can present it. So I hope everybody received the image for today's class. I'm gonna share it with you just in case you didn't. So this is the image.
Oh, boy.
I like this. I just love the colors, and it looks fun. It's something different. I'm not a big landscape person, but I just enjoy this. I don't know. I like the texture of the paint, um, and the perspective. You know, the perspective of the chair, the reflection. So it's basically like a rainy night, and you have all, and the floor is wet, and you see the reflection of the sky or the lights, the night sky. Because I feel it's more like a night scene, and there's a whole bunch of lights around, so you have all these different reflections. So stop sharing, and I'm going to spotlight. So for these colors, basically we're going to be using all the different colors. So I'm going, on one side, I'm going to have all my warm tones, which is like yellow, red, purple. Well, purple is the borderline of warm and cool colors. Brown is another warm color. Orange. I don't have orange with me, but I can mix my red and my yellow. I got the brown for the bench. So I have, and I try to, for the most part, keep the colors in the same way of a color wheel. Makes it easier to blend, and basically the colors like mesh them together. And now I just have white and black. And black I usually use at the end, but we have a lot of black areas. So let's start off with the lightest colors. Oh, my brush is stiff. More the paint. This is why I recommend clean your brushes up. Now, most of my bristles are stuck together. I'll make it work. All right, so we're gonna start off with some white, yellow. So I'm mixing yellow, white. And we're just gonna start off at the top. And we're just gonna have fun. We're gonna just fill in colors everywhere. Let's just go by the background. So you just wanna make sure you get all these different colors and shape.
Freddie, can you show us the size brush you're using?
So the brush I have here
Ah,
is
thank you.
a 1 inch. Now I'm trying to get the yellow behind the bench.
Freddie, can you have the picture on the screen too? Because I never received it.
Sina, can you?
Who was it that needed the picture? I could send it to you. I could email it to you.
Okay, I'm gonna put in the chat. It's Rhonda. I'm gonna put in the chat my email.
Okay.
So this is like in between the benches and on the floor. I also like the shape. I mean, it's not what is it? Like most landscapes you have horizontal or like portrait mode, and I enjoy this different shape. So wherever I see yellow, I'm gonna put it. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just me enjoying it. It's not nothing now, but eventually it's gonna get there. It's gonna look like something. That's what we all hope. It's always good to have faith in your skills, in your ability to create. All right, so now I want to give it the next tone. I'm gonna add maybe more, yeah, a little bit of red to the yellow so that we could have a little bit of differentiation. So this is like the middle. Where you see the reflection of the lamppost. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just doing a sketch right now. It's like a sketch, but in reality, the painting is like a sketch. You have all these different textures going on, and there's no real definition. Just it just looks so much fun and free. It's free to do whatever you like. in this piece, you cannot make a mistake. And actually the mistakes are sometimes helpful. And when we're painting like this, what it also does is that we create different tones, not only colors, but like mood. Also, what is it called? It's called compositional. You're creating a composition, you know, you're drawing people's eyes to certain areas of the painting when you use different tones. Now I'm adding more red to my orange, just building it up. And remember to use all facets of your paintbrush. You know, you can use the edge, you could use the point of it, the tip, even just the tip of the brush. It doesn't always have to be just one part of the brush. That's one thing when I wood burn. The piece the tool I use the most is a shading tool. And I don't only use the shading area, which is like a spoon. I use the side of it, the front of it, to make thin lines, to draw a point. And when you do that, you have different types of heat, like focal heat. Like you got a focal point where most of the heat goes to the tip of the pen tool, and it burns faster, or you use the whole tool, which burns less. And then you also, if you're using it, it takes away the temperature. So you have to learn how to differentiate, like where everything goes, and just how it works. So you don't only have to paint like this, following the brush stroke, you can also use different parts of it. And then you figure out whether you like it, or you know, you make it work for you, basically. You're the one painting, and that's the way you want. If you like it, then go ahead, use it all you like. Nobody's gonna tell you not to. There's no wrong or right way of painting. That's impossible, because it's just you enjoying what you like doing and having fun creating beautiful images. I really like these old style light fixtures. It just makes it look like classy. I feel like this is a scene in like Paris. Well, they actually have these light fixtures at I think I see them in Central Park, some areas. I'm not sure. But it just makes it fun. All right, so now some more red. Here. Now I'm going to use some brown. And brown is great for shades of red. I like using brown for to darken up the red. Gives it like a burgundy tone if you use more red than brown. You can also use brown for orange as well to darken areas in orange. Brown is such a great color. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to get the direction of the wood. Trying to go with the wood grain. This is basically my sketch over here. We got all these warm tones, and now we're gonna add those dark tones. I'm actually gonna use this brown. I wanna frame this out with the brown. So I'm just gonna outline those. They look pretty cool. To me, it might not be perfect, but hey, it looks good to me, so I'm happy. Now we're gonna start adding the cool colors. So I'm gonna clean up my brush. So now that my brush is clean. I'm gonna use, I'll probably use purple, but I'm going to lighten it up a little. I'm gonna add some water and white. So purple and clean these areas up. I'm gonna add some water to it. And let's just, this is too excessive. All right. And I'm gonna go in with some blue. Blue, and I'm gonna lighten this up as well. I'm trying not to make it too dark so that I'm able to paint over it easily. It's not gonna take so many different coats. So I just like all these different directions that the paint is going. So I'm trying to mimic that. Now I'm gonna add some green to this. And some more yellow to that green. All right, so now that I have most of the background, I can clean my brush. I'm gonna use another brush so I can start adding more details. So the brush I have here is an 8. It's a filbert brush. The ends are cut out here. And we want to lighten these areas up so that it looks like there's light shining through it. So I'm using a mixture of whites, blues, and greens, and yellow, just to lighten this up. It's purple up here.
What colors did you mix to lighten it up?
I just use mostly white, but I try to use the same colors that are in that area so that it doesn't take away as much. Because you still want the color there, but you want to be able to make it lighter, tinted, give it a little bit more tint. And I go back in with the white so I can put the highlight. Just put in the red. I want to give it that same flair. Some yellow. Make it orange because I don't have any orange. Fix the bench up, make it look pretty. Let's make this bench look pretty. So let's start dividing it. And I'm just painting with the brown right now. I'm not gonna go in with the black because when you put in the black, it's more like a final color. So the brown basically acts as a black for now. Try not to get so much paint on your brush because sometimes it like takes away from the point. But if you want like a straight line, clumps up. Don't worry about making it bigger. There's always ways around that. You make it bigger so that you go back in with another color and go around it to make it smaller. That's what graffiti artists do. To get like their thin, some artists, like when they get their thin lines, they go back in with the base color and cover the line so that it's nice and straight, because it's easier to go around the line and then frame it out. So now let's do this side. Let's finish up the bench. Let's add some color to this. made this chair upright instead of slanted. Mine is not as perfect as as the painting, but you have that same sense being at a park, and you get you get the sense of it. That's what we're going for. I'm basically creating my own version of this painting, and that's what we all we all strive to do, especially if we're painting somebody else's painting. You want to have that same feeling. I don't want it to be the same, you know. I mean, that's great if you can make it the same. Hey, you have a great eye for detail and the proper, proper, I don't know if you dimensions or but if you can make it your own, I feel like that's so much better. I saw this one exercise where they were creating different cartoons, but each it was the same cartoon, but they were drawn in many different styles, and they they looked exactly alike in the term that you can tell what type of cartoon it was, and they just used different methods, and that's what's more important. If you can portray the same content but in a different style, that's amazing. If you can do that, that's great because you could basically tell a story in different languages. It's like different style is like different language in the art world. How many languages do you know in the form of art? And I feel like the more the more you know, well, they say that people that can speak more than one language are the smartest people. So imagine if you can do different styles and techniques in art. Well, you're basically a genius in the art field. So and have you ever worked with a messy brush? I mean, just take different colors, mix them up, and not even wash your brush. Just keep going and see what you get from it. Like if you just change colors, it's like, oh, I need to put a red there, but my brush is still has yellow. I gotta wash it before I use it. What happens if you don't and you just use the color that you need? What kind of mistake would you make? Or if it would be considered as a mistake? There's no right or wrong way to paint a painting. And there's always a different point of view. I mean, there's certain art that I don't really like, and that's fine, you know. But I'm sure there's people out there that love that type of art, and they spend millions of dollars on it. There's some paintings that don't understand. That's fine too. What people consider art is open to interpretation to many people, different opinions. It's like you might not like Pepsi and you're into Coca-Cola. I like Pepsi. It's fine. We all have different tastes. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting a little bit of white in certain areas so that because the white is the most opaque. Like I can just basically cover areas, and then I can go back with the color and just add that color in. You could also say this is a form of abstract art, or maybe impressionism. They all confuse me. I don't understand the difference. I just don't. I'm into realism. I love realism. And you see, like little by little, it starts coming together. It's like a building this up. And it's like a Lego or puzzle. You know how you get all the different colors together. I love doing puzzles. That's like my favorite. Especially like 1,000 pieces. I can do that in about 2 weeks if I really like the image. So right now I'm trying to bring out the highlights in the bench. There's like white out. I made a mistake. Let me put some white out. All right. So now I'm at the point where I can start like using black if I want to. Um, but I'm gonna use a thinner brush. I'm gonna wash this one out. So I have a 5/0, almost like a 0.5 brush to round. And I'm just gonna use black just to put subtle details. And remember, sometimes you want to get a certain amount of fluidity. So what I do is I add water so that it's smooth. It's not lumpy and it slides better. I don't understand how pinstripers get that nice thin line with that long bristle brush. It's like you're a surgeon. I'm not very good at operation. So what's good about this painting is that nothing has to be perfect. You can be as free and painterly as you want, as long as you get your subject across. You know, you understand what everything is. So that's what's good about painting this style of painting, because you are encouraged to make mistakes. But what separates this painting from everything else is the details. Even the little screws on the bench is what brings it to life. The little details. My painting looks great from far. Like I'm looking at it in the screen and it looks amazing. But when you're up close, you see everything. You see all the strokes and the smudges and some paint where you don't want it to be. But it's so cool. Like even doing zoom, you can see your work at a different perspective. And that's great. Like you can, you know, view your painting from one way and then you see it in a smaller version and you're like, wow, I'm pretty good. Surprising. See, I messed up there. Well, it doesn't look like I messed up on the picture, but I need to be a little bit more. How's everybody doing so far? Are you enjoying this?
I'm really not liking mine, except that I discovered that little bit of red reflected on the bench.
Yes.
And that kind of saved my bench. I mean, I don't really like it, but because I messed up, but the red covered a lot of mistakes.
I'm sure that it's fine.
No, it's really not. But now I feel good about the red.
Hey, at least you like one part of it.
Yeah.
And that's a starting point. You can work from that. You know, you can work around that.
I made a huge mistake and I covered it up with white. So that seemed to help. And I painted over the white. But the being able to put the red highlight on, I'll show it to you later when you're looking at people's stuff. I mean, it's really not, it's not finished or anything, but it really, like I said, it just made me feel a lot better.
That's good.
So like you said, noticing the details.
The noticing the details.
Yeah, like that, that makes, if you, it just makes a
Little,
difference.
yeah, little details like that little red that you saw on the bench. You know, brought your image to life, and that's where you need to start. You know, you start from that point on, and you work your way around that. There's certain areas here I don't really like. Maybe around here in the bench where I started, and then probably this, but like this areas that I really like. You know, I like this area, like the cool area that it transitioned to like warmer. I like to play with colors. I like how the purple stands out a little over here. It's not always going to be something you like, but in order to make it what you like, you have to work at it and just keep working until you like it. Make it work for you.
I like working with acrylics because all you have to do is let it dry, come back in an hour, and start all over again.
You're just a workaholic. You just love to work. And I don't know how you do it, like how to like that you do like big paintings and then all of a sudden you come out with a whole bunch of different paint and a mess and then you work on top of that mess and then it comes out nice. Like how do you do that?
The same way you just did the reflection from the lamppost.
Yeah, it
You
takes
just
time.
take time.
Yeah.
You focus on one area, and then I have to quit and leave, and then I come back.
Yeah, sometimes that's what you need, you know, you need a break. And then when you come back, you see things differently. And it's like, oh wow, I should do this to this. And then all of a sudden you like it. Yeah, that's how most things are, you know, you have to work with it, try to make it work for you. What I need to do here. I was gonna do something and I just forgot what I'm gonna do. Oh, I was gonna start putting highlights because a lot of these areas you can see like around the bench and the poles, you have all these little white highlights, but they go with the structure. So it makes it pop even more. So like for instance, right here on the inside of the bench, just like that, we back in business. telling you, every little detail matters. Even if you don't think it matters, it does. That's
So
what,
since you're putting this much detail into this picture,
yeah.
what scares me is what the hell is going to be our homework.
Oh,
I mean, you went from a butterfly to the hummingbird, and from nice curvy lines to straight. And I just can't. I mean, what are you going to give us? A barn with a car in front of it? I
uh,
just
it's
scares me.
it's similar. It,
Mm.
yeah, it's a painterly picture. Just have fun with it. I know you do. You do your own little style, like you used to do with your cobwebs.
Yep, I'm putting a cobweb in this picture.
I can't wait to see where you're gonna put that. Maybe hang it from the lamp post.
Well, you had us do a lamppost with a rickety rackety bridge,
Oh yeah, that was fun.
and I did put a enormous spider web in that one.
Yeah, that one was. It was nice. It came out really nice.
So while you've been working on this, I've been figuring out where my spider web is going to go.
Bring the spider web back. It's back in season.
Well, it just didn't fit on a couple of these pictures. I mean, a chicken's head with a spider web would not have done anything, and a rooster with a spider web. I mean, I haven't really had an
The,
opportunity
roo-
to.
the rooster would have ate it.
Oh
Ate the
yeah, it would have
spider.
been gone.
Yeah, that would have been lunch. I have to fix this. I don't like it. So you see that I messed up here and I didn't like the color. So I'm basically covering this up with a dark brown again. And that's what you gotta do if you get to a point where you're like, oh, messed up. You don't have to do the whole painting. You can just do a part of it
Yep.
because you put all that work into a painting and then it's like, why? And then you just you work your way around it. You don't want all that work to go to waste. Wow, my painting does look nice in the little tiny image.
I think it's great.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I love the light fixture, but I really love the reflections.
Oh yeah, me too. I love the reflection.
I do. I just have to figure that one out.
That's like my favorite. Like in any work that I do, um, especially like when I do portraits, the eyes. I love to have the reflection of the eyes where you have a glare or and you just make it stand out by just like a little bit of shading and everything. That's like that's like everything to me.
Yeah, see, I can look at this and see all the elements of pointillism in it.
Ah, you see that
I
the,
do,
the different text.
because I'm watching how you dab your paint too.
Yes. Um, People don't realize when you're actually painting, most of the time it's almost like pointillism. It's just a bunch of different marks and in different areas with different colors, and you're building it up. So
Well, like when you started with the yellow, I went, "Oh my God, where is he going?" But then as you added each color, it's like the pointillism because you started creating the darker, darker, darkest.
yes,
And it's like I could see that because of the wolf, and especially like the neck of the buck. This reminds me of that a lot.
yeah. Well, that's what like most painting. That's basically pointillism. It's like the beginning of everything. You know, you're learning how to make marks, and you also training your eye to to um to see value. You know, different values and how to create different forms. You know, with those little dots, and from there you can evolve to color. You know, basically using color as the value, not only with just the color, but just the tone of the color. Does that make sense?
Yep. Go get your toy. Go get your toy.
Yeah, doggy loves you, huh?
And he doesn't quit. I'm sorry you heard me telling him to go get his toy.
Yeah. He's like, no, I'm not leaving you. Sorry.
He's a 24/7 project.
Yes, that's like having a child.
Worse, you can put a child down for a nap and leave the room. That's when you cannot do that.
No, no, definitely not. Because then he'll tear your room apart.
Yep.
So I just want to create a foreground with all these different branches. So I want this to be the front of my painting. And then this is the back because you're going with the perspective. So this is basically the vanishing point over here. It's so good to learn different terminology. Uh, you know, when you're, especially when you go to like art high school or art college, it's like when am I ever gonna use this? Oh yeah.
I got your toy. I got it.
So I think I should darken this area over here with some nice blues. Purple, a darker blue. That's why it's good to go in with a light paint. And now this dark blue is gonna make it jump out. Add some purple. I kind of like that purple. Go back in with the blues. some green. Let's bring it together. But I want to soften these edges. Remember, when you add water to acrylic, it takes away the pigment. So it becomes more transparent. That looks pretty good. Let me go back in here, lighten that up a little. So I'm gonna just put some white up in here. Now that looks better. I'm gonna go sell this at Central Park. I need to make some money. How much you think I can get for this? 20 bucks?
$100.
120.
100.
Is this an auction?
Yeah. Can we say 140? Who's next? So I want to take away some of this yellow, so I added a little bit of white here. So add over here, so there's a transition. Let's see what you have done. I want to see who wants to share.
I could share, but it's really, I really don't like it, but I just want to share it anyway.
All right. Let me remove my
Tell you what my
spotlight.
difficulties were, okay?
All right, let's see.
Hold it up more. Yeah, oh, good. Nice.
Oh, wow. I love the bench.
I'm telling you, the red, you see that? You see what I did? That really,
Yes, yes.
that saved the bench.
I love the bench. The bench is like the focal point. I love the perspective of it. And everything else you work on, you might not have it down right now, but I guarantee you, if you keep working on it, you're gonna get better. And it's gonna look 100 times better. The more you practice, the better you get. And that bench is nice. It has a lot of character. When you look at the bench, it's like it's worn. It looks like it's been in the rain. Yeah, it's a great job.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll show mine, but it's awful. It's
I don't believe that. Let's see.
Nice. It's nice.
Let's see that.
Ooh. It's very colorful, right?
Oh my God. It looks like, like a paint by
Watercolor.
number. Like a paint by number.
Oh,
Like,
no, you're kidding.
no, it looks so good though. Like,
You know what it is? I gave up because I'm using Ubo paper. Do you ever use that? It's
Never.
plastic. Well, a friend of
Oh.
mine told me about it. It's plastic. It's recycled plastic paper. So
That's why.
you can't blend real well.
No,
So
it's just everything is separated. That's why it looks like that paint by number feel.
Yeah.
Is because everything is separated. When you're on a piece of paper, it's different. You're able to see it goes into the paper, but on a plastic, a recycled plastic, it's just basically going to sit on top.
But I've done some things with that and it turned out all right. This was like too much color for it.
The bench is great too. It looks like an armrest. It has an armrest. Like it's comfortable and it's surrounded by a whole bunch of grass. It's nice. It looks great.
No, I'm done.
Maybe on the top left, you could make it lighter, like put some yellows and some whites.
You mean here,
No, on the other side.
this side?
Yes, yes. And then on the top where you were before on the other side, yeah,
Yeah.
that side, you can put more light blues and purple, light purple.
Okay,
All right.
Okay.
Play
Yeah,
with
you-
it.
okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, who's next? I actually like paint by numbers, by the way.
I remember doing them when I was a little kid,
That
and it was actually kind of fun.
yes, yes. When I was a little kid, that's all my grandmother got me. Like whenever she saw like paint by numbers, like in the grocery store, because sometimes they will have it up behind the counter, and and she would just get it for me. Like she was best.
That's sweet.
Yeah, that's why I love paint by numbers. They're the best.
I
I
thought
think
you
I
were
think
making
that
fun of me.
no, I would never make fun of you.
No, I'm kidding.
All right, Kathy. Oh my God, Kathy.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Wow.
So the
Wow,
reflections
Kathy.
are hard. I love yours. The reflections, it's hard. I don't know what I'm doing.
No, that looks so
Hello.
good. The floor is amazing. Like that's beautiful.
Thank you.
And I love all the thin lines that you have. I like how you make the sconces, the lights bigger and the bench it pops out. Like it's really good.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Who's next? Who wants to show their work? Anybody else?
Can I just tell you what one of my, did anybody else want to share? I'm sorry, I just to take up more time. but-
Barbara, you wanted to share? Okay, unmute. You gotta unmute.
Unmute.
Oh, that's nice. I like how the shape of it, it's not even like rectangular, but it's like it's flowing. It flows with the, I like how it flows upward. That's pretty cool.
Okay, I should have used the whole page, but I could do it over and get, and I could do it
Yeah,
over.
yeah, of course. You can do it whenever you want.
Thank you.
Great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's pretty cool. Like to make it in a certain form and like just make it flow in different ways. That's pretty cool. Pearl, what you wanted to share with us?
No, I wanted to say that I'm very impulsive and I talk about dyslexia. I mean, I feel like I have dyslexia for drawing because I always do the angle the wrong way. I mean, always. And also the impulsivity is like not planning. It's not well planned and then things end up in the wrong place.
But sometimes even like even the most impulsive things that you do work out because you're going with your gut feeling. Like it's not, there's no wrong way, you know. My piece is a little crooked as well. Like you can tell by the sides, like this side is a little thicker and this side is thinner. Well, this side looks more straighter compared to the tape, but this side up here is bigger here and then thinner here. Well, it doesn't matter because, you know, it's the overall feel. Like, what do you get when you paint? And everybody's different. Everybody has their own style and their own technique and their own design, and that's great because we do not want the same thing. You know, we want to see some difference. You know, some variety. So that's what makes it great, and we get to share that amongst each other. So
Can I just show you what I edited I took a picture of my drawing and I edited. And I just want to show you how like this one detail looks so,
Oh,
right? That's what I like to
yes.
do. I like to edit.
Oh, you cut it in
Yeah.
half.
And that one
That's
detail
great.
of the bench looks really, it looks, I don't know,
So
there's something nice about it.
if you were to mat it, probably like, frame it on a mat board, and just cut off those two areas like you did in the picture. That would be beautiful. Definitely. See, so even like just one thing, just change one thing, cut off one thing, it changes the total view of your work. That's great. And I'm glad that you were able to share that with us.
Thank you.
So next week, all right. So next week is gonna be the big project, and I'm so excited. Uh, well, I'm gonna share what we have. This is gonna be a little teaser, but yes, yes. Oh, the homework. Oh no, we still have one more class. So I'm gonna show you the homework first, anyway. Where you at? Okay, here it is. It has the same aspect, but there's more to it than just a bench.
Oh, God.
And you can see like there's nothing but shapes, even in the reflection, like as the lights. Look in the background. All you see is like globs of white for like the light. Um, Even like some of the leaves on top of the tree that's bare, it has globs of red. It's not perfect. So even in the background, like it's blurred out, but it still looks great. So this is the homework, and I just have fun with it. Don't criticize yourself so much, and enjoy it. Enjoy the process of it. And remember, if you like certain areas, work around that, and make it work for you. I'm also, if y'all want to see the classwork, I'm going to show you right now. So this is the classwork. That's going to be for next week. And I'm going to send both of them to you so you can work on the homework and then have the image for next week. So what do you think of this image?
Hysterical.
but it's not even perfect. Like you can see the splatter of the paint, the paint dripping. It's different colors. Look at his nose. It's pink, and I just love all these different colors that come together. And we're gonna play with another special effect with the acrylic skin. So I'm excited for that. But thank you all for coming. I can't wait to see you again next week.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. Great class.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
You too.
Have a wonderful weekend,
Great
everyone.
night and a nice weekend coming.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Freddie.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Gail.
Bye, Christina. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you all.
Okay.